The Italians, with their style and flair, produced an incredible seaplane that in the mid 30s set about 20 world records and served in their navy, presenting the Airone Z506. As you can see, it's a kit from MALY Modelars. Nice painting and pretty interesting. Just look at this drawing. It's really a beautiful piece of machine at 133 scale. The cover is really thin. That caught me off guard for sure. And I can't believe it's a kit from 2015. So, pretty interesting. Like I said, 133 scale. The booklet is fairly thick. So many pages. And at this scale, you can bet that there are many panels and framework to be done. So as we look on it, you see it in Polish markings. Nice, clean, crisp instructions, even laying out the formers of the fuselage right there. It's definitely going to be one of those models on the larger side, and just the uniqueness of it is incredible. Here we see the center panel, you see the main wing panel, you see how the framework goes together, you see the torpedo bay. Just really decent look, and even the profile without the wing, so you can see clearly what needs to be done. I wonder if they can replicate the silver panels. Here we see the dorsal gunner detail, we see the tail fin framework, the flaps detail, observation post detail, and you see the instructions. Of course, it's all in Polish. At least they give you a detailed diagram, so we should not be lost. The framework looks to be extensive and impressive. And here we see the floats, we see the panel detail, how to put the engine together. This is nice. I'm really quite liking this kit. So the only thing I'm realizing is just the uniqueness of the thin cover, but everything else is okay. Look at this engine and the engine detail. So you know this is not a kit you put together in like 1 week. It's going to be one of those long-term projects. You see how they show you the profile of the engine framework. And here now, what's this? This looks silver. It has that silver reflective. This looks like it's the panel for the framework where the ailerons would be on the trailing edge of the main wing. That's interesting though. Trying to take a look at the framework again to just see how this goes together. So the formwork here, we know we're going to put this to 1mm thick cardstock. And here we are seeing the wing profile, the wing ribs, if you will. We see the formwork for the center spar. And then here are the formers for the fuselage. Wow. So these are the joint strips to go against the different panels. But this, you see the reflection, and bear in mind this is 2015. So this here is what I'm talking about. So they do manage to give you a model that has that aluminum finish with a Polish marking, and that's decent. And the sheet is 140, looks like 140 GSM. That's lovely. And to show you how large a model is, now look at this. This is a inner wing panel, and you see how large it is. So it's going to be a huge model. There's no doubt about it. Look now, you're seeing the aileron and you're seeing the flaps and you're even seeing, look at this, look at that. I'm just impressed totally by this. Here we have now the fuselage. You can see the logo right there of the Cant 506. I like how they have the aluminum finish. And then the interior, it's a nice touch that they give you this, but then they give you the interior with that color backing, and the wingtips and the floats. So the wingtip, yes. So you're talking 3-page per wing. Now you're talking the floats, the engine. That is interesting. Now you see, this is the engine base. You can see the base for the cylinder. You see the spinner. Look at this. It's just really lovely. Now, before I even touch this model, I'm taking it that I need to read up on the history of it, get a good feel for this before I even touch the model. Look at this. The cockpit instrument panel. Nice. And then it's 2015. I really genuinely don't expect too much for modelers at this time, but they have really done their homework with producing this quite unique model, and I really like it. Look at the engine and the engine parts here. It's just really nice. And then you see for 3 sets of engine, again, like I said, it's going to take a while. Now these bronze area you see, that's the cowling, and the cowling takes time to go together. And now you see the back side of it again, so you don't have to worry with the coloring. They have already pre-colored the inside for you, and they give you the cockpit framework. Of course, you're going to now put this against and make a mold to do your cockpit glass. Nice. Again, the other wing set, like I said, it's a large model. To do this at 1/33 scale, you're going to even need to find a place to rest this model. Probably hang it from the ceiling at some angle so it can be admired, because it's just a simply huge model. Wing root fairing, you see the wing joiners, engine joiners, all the joining tabs. And then you have the framework for the floats here. Now here's something very deceptive about paper models like these. They may look small here printed, but once you assemble it, you'd be surprised how large this model gets. You see that there? That is where you know it's attached to the center fuselage. And then you have the other part here, which this is the fuselage area cross section. So of course, you know, that's the center wing spar area that's joined. The wing airfoil section. Lovely. So I guess this is one of the largest models I'm probably ever going to be building. Look at the detail. Very, very impressive. I am such a softie for engine compartments and engine detail. If I can leave the canopy open, I will, because I love to see details like this. This is what sets it apart. Look at the engine detail is just impressive. If we take out the political aspect of who was ally and who was Axis powers, and you just look at the models that were developed in the 30s and 40s, that period produced some graceful aircraft. These are the wiring diagram, the wire reinforcement that is used throughout the model. So pretty much that's it. That's it for this model, because here I'm looking at the back page. So my thoughts on this, I feel so fortunate that I got this model. It cost me, I think, about 18 US dollars at the time. And yeah, I'd highly recommend, if you want a one build, a one-off kit that just stands out from everything else, this is the one. It's unique, it is affordable, and look, that is over the span of probably 3 months to get this one done. So that's it, my friends. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. Let me know again, at this scale, I love it. So until then, my friends, take care, walk good, and one love.